Georgetown is incredibly walkable, but the tropical heat and humidity will quickly drain your energy if you try to do it all on foot. To help tired travelers, Penang provides a state-sponsored alternative, the Georgetown CAT bus. The pitch is appealing. It offers an air-conditioned ride through the city center, costing absolutely nothing. This map shows the scale of the operation. It's a 40-minute continuous circuit connecting 19 major transit nodes and historical sites, like Komtar, the Jetty, and Little India. It passes directly by major colonial landmarks, like St. George's Church, and it drops you right at the edge of dense cultural and shopping districts, like the busy streets of Little India. But taking advantage of this free service requires navigating a few hidden costs. Riding this system efficiently means you have to learn its specific mechanical quirks and operational rules. The CAT bus is a highly useful transit tool, but requires a strict trade-off between your money, your precious time, and your attention. The first mechanical reality is the route itself. The CAT bus operates as a single-direction loop forced through a centuries-old street grid. Because there are no dedicated bus lanes, the CAT shuttle is entirely at the mercy of heavy urban traffic. The most severe choke point happens right in the middle of the route, around the massive Komtar commercial center. Stops 9 through 12 loop directly around this congested hub, which reliably causes major delays during peak hours. If your schedule is tight, the best workaround is to abandon the bus early at stop 8 on Campbell Street and walk the rest of the way. The second major operational trap is what happens at the end of the loop, a quirk known as the Stop 1 reset rule. Stops 18 and 19 are positioned on the eastern edge of the city, near the Queen Victoria Memorial Clock Tower and Swettenham Pier. Many tourists assume they can simply stay seated at Stop 19 and smoothly ride back around to the beginning of the Heritage Zone. But legally, the route terminates at Stop 1, the Jetty bus terminal. Every single passenger must get off the bus, wait for the drivers to switch shifts, and physically queue up to board an entirely new vehicle. The marketing promises a continuous loop, but the reality is a segmented circuit that demands active management to keep from wasting your afternoon. Unlike premium hop-on hop-off tourist coaches, the CAT bus will not automatically stop at every location on the map. The entire Rapid Penang network operates on a strict request-only policy. You have to maintain high situational awareness by tracking your location on your phone and watching the onboard digital screens. If you miss the physical stop button, the driver will bypass your destination, leaving you with a long walk back or a 40-minute wait for the next loop. That operational friction increases significantly when you decide to leave the free Georgetown zone and explore the rest of the island. Take Route 101, for example, which connects the city center to the northern beaches of Batu Ferringhi. Transferring to this paid system introduces an immediate hurdle for casual riders, the exact cash requirement. The buses use locked metal fare boxes. The drivers carry absolutely no cash and cannot give you any change. If you want to avoid fumbling for exact coins every time you board, your only real upfront alternative is to purchase the RM30 7-day Rapid Passport. Leaving the free zone punishes spontaneity, forcing you to replace a casual hop-on mentality with rigid payment logistics. To decide your best approach, we can use this quadrant chart to map your transit options based on 2 factors: your budget sensitivity and your tolerance for hassle and lost time. If you're short on time or prioritize comfort, lying exclusively on the CAT bus is a poor choice. For direct point-to-point transit, ride-hailing apps like Grab sit firmly in the high-budget, low-hassle corner. Alternatively, Penang recently expanded its rapid on-demand van service, creating a hybrid option for short trips. Booked through the Commute app for a flat 2 ringgit fare, these vans land in the low-budget, medium-hassle section. However, for slow travelers watching their spending, the CAT bus combined with walking belongs exactly here: low-budget, high-hassle. The optimal strategy is to use the CAT bus exclusively to conquer long, unwalkable stretches of the city rather than for short micro-hops. For instance, taking the bus makes sense if you are traveling all the way out to the main gates of Fort Cornwallis. But when you are exploring the densest clusters of street art and cafes, you will move much faster and see more by staying on your feet and bypassing the traffic entirely. The CAT bus is an excellent local resource, provided you accept that free transit always requires an investment in time and careful planning.